We as a species are crippling and we are dying, and it's gotten to a point where I think the degeneration we've experienced over the past few decades has no longer become a funny thing that we can laugh at and be like, oh, we're typing with emojis now. That's like what the Egyptians did with hieroglyphics. We're evolving backwards, LMAO. But now we've evolved so far backwards that it's gotten to a point where even the self-awareness about it is no longer even comical or cute. Like, it's actually getting bad. And the proof that I found for this claim today, I think the thing that really sends this home is this thing I've been made aware of called Sprunky. Now, I don't know what Sprunky is. I feel like I might be getting a little too old for this, and I'm 20, by the way, so that should say something. Sprunky is this like character, this drawing that's kind of like a thing now. It just is a thing. That's how this works, is like you draw something and then it's either a thing or it's not a thing. We don't know how it works. People are being kidnapped on a daily basis and trafficked, but we know Sprunky is now the thing. It's got a cute little name. We don't know anything else about it. People with asthma are struggling to get inhalers, and so I don't know. Sprunky's at least around though. Now, fellas, I don't know much about Sprunky, but I know LankyBox does, so let's take a look.
Today we are taking all the Sprunkies to a Sprunky hospital and helping them heal so that it's Sprunky, but they all survive.
When I was 10, I watched gore, and I'm throwing that out there not to say that children should still be doing that, but I think if I had to pick between a cartel beheading and then this Sprunky hospital, whatever's on my screen that is hurting my brain as I speak, I probably gotta go numero uno, man. I mean, because at least with that, it's like they know where to go on the internet, they know which alleys not to walk down, and they're gonna be okay to navigate the internet with that little bit of trauma. You know, a little trauma can be illuminating. I'm looking at this right now, this Sprunky sort of thing right now, and I don't feel anything other than disdain. I feel anger, and the fact that I seriously don't know what's gonna turn out worse. The generation of mine that saw gore videos at like a young age and like horrible things, or the generation that will be basically lobotomized and sent down some sort of mental health spiral because of the effects of this content later on in their life, you know? Like, the effects of this are gonna pop out at a random time for this next generation. You guys aren't ready for it. Like, you're gonna think it's all fine because you don't see anything right now, but when these kids start turning 21 and 22, in like, you know, 2036, there's gonna be like a mass outbreak of never seen before behavior. You're gonna have a kid who saw this when he was 10 order a latte at Starbucks, and when his name gets called to pick up the latte, he's gonna take off all his clothes and start doing jumping jacks in front of a crowd of people recording him. And that's gonna keep happening until people stop bothering to even record because it's gonna be so common. You guys are not ready for what's gonna happen.
We are going to take the infected Sprunkies and bring them to a Sprunky hospital where we can get a Sprunky doctor to help fix them. And then once they're all healed, we will see what the Sprunkies sound like if they survive.
I do consider the two people who are in the corners of your screen to be worse than the war criminals I've seen, because these people are making so much money off of this stuff, off of planting these diseases into the minds of the youth. There's something uniquely evil when you infect a young mind with this ectoplasm, this absolute sludge. You know what I'm saying? Because this is 17 minutes and this is being done on a frequent basis. You're basically harvesting their souls for profit.
This is going to be super fun because we are going to heal all the Sprunkies and see what would happen if all the Sprunkies survive. Are you ready? Let's go!
You see how many times they're saying the word Sprunky? This is a little side rant, by the way.
All the Sprunkies to a Sprunky hospital so that it's Sprunky the infected Sprunkies and bring them to a Sprunky hospital where we can get a Sprunky doctor. We will see what the Sprunkies sound like. We are going to heal all the Sprunkies if all the Sprunkies survive. Are you ready?
It's a theory. It's a theory. I don't know if it's true, but the more YouTube knows what the video is about, I guess. And so if you're spamming Sprunky, the goal is to get this on the top of the search results for the word Sprunky. So the kid who's leaking drool and saliva is dripping down his bib, the goal is basically after that kid can use his barely developed thumbs to type the word Sprunky on his keyboard, these absolute gladiators have found a way to make it so that it is guaranteed they are his first click.
Brother, what's that?
They are trying to vacuum and vortex the young, innocent, untainted minds of the next generation. It wasn't enough for them to make $100 million every single second, just so you know. This should fill you with a level of rage comparable to that when they discontinued the McRib. These people are so... materialistic isn't even the word. I think they're in for this like endless pursuit of world domination that they can't even have a 17-minute long video with high ad rates because it's kid-friendly content content that reaches the eyeballs of literally millions of people. It's not enough to make millions, hundreds of millions of dollars from YouTube. Acting like you're special needs, that's not enough. You have to shill your plastic toys. You have to shill for more products. You need to invest and literally poison the minds of the future generation with this unquenching desire to purchase products. Okay, no, I'm joking. Okay. I don't think it's that bad that they did an ad read for a toy. I mean, you know, they could have done an ad read for like a mobile game with in-app purchases, right? But I do think that they are Satan.
But before we get into it, I want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this video, Heroes of Gujitsu Stretch Strikers. Heroes of Gujitsu Stretch Strikers are squishy, stretchy, sensory action figures.
In case you're wondering what we just watched, we watched them do an ad break in the middle of a video reaction. I mean, come on. All you have to do is sit there, and watch. You don't have to add anything. You will add nothing. You will make noises every now and then, and that is okay. That is how it works. We live in a corpse of a society, and that's okay. But all you have to do is make your money like that, but you can't even do that. You have to. You literally do these little ad break outbursts like they're Tourette's. You can't even help it. You have programmed yourself to become a caricature of what a YouTuber is. And it is not just the fact that you're doing it, but it's the fact that you're doing it, and the customer base, the audience base, are fetuses.
Today we are playing Sprunky, but all the Sprunkies survive. So guys, check this out. We're in the normal Sprunky game, right? But we're actually gonna take all the Sprunkies to a Sprunky hospital and save them. This is gonna be awesome, guys. Check this out. Let's go! Okay, so this is just the normal Sprunky game, right?
It's worth noting that parents used to literally take out a belt and slap their children with this belt if they did poorly in school. And we've gotten so bored. We're so bored as a society. We can't even beat children anymore. Like, we're so tired and sloth and sluggish that the tradition of disciplining your children with a belt has not only gone down the drain, but it's been replaced with sedating your children with this content. This is what's in place of the belt, is just hypnosis. It's just hypnosis. Just look at the screen. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just don't want to deal with you. You're like, parents now are just forever babysitters. This is all this is. It's like, I don't want to really babysit you. I've been doing this for a while. Here's the hypnosis to the iPad, okay? I saw a kid on his iPad watching shit like this at a hibachi restaurant. Unbelievable. This is, I mean, there's no coming back from this. And if there was, scientists would have found a way.
Woo! But we're gonna save the Sprunkies today. Wait, no way! Okay. Woo! We love this song.
Your child goes up to these two people after an entire youth filled with non-stop consumption of their content, and he looks these two people dead in the eyes and goes, "You robbed me. You robbed me of hours and hours where I could have spent time with friends. I could have made memories. I have no childhood. It's replaced with a void of nonsense that you filled with Sprunky content." They literally look you dead in the eyes and they say in response, "Game is game, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game, man." They flip you off and then they drive off in their McLarens. Like, that's what that interaction looks like.
Okay, now we're in the Sprunky hospital, guys. So let's start with Orange and let's see if we can bring him back to normal. So guys, this is like a custom Sprunky hospital game. So guys, we gotta remove these bones, and oh, there's blood on him. Let's remove the blood, guys. Can't have that. And let's remove these. Let's put these back in his heart, guys. That makes sense. We're healing the Sprunkies.
Oh, we're creating like a bandage.
Oh, that looks good.
We saved that Sprunky.
Okay, now we just gotta like put some bandages on him, and I feel like Orange is looking very healthy.
I think the issue is when the Senate hearing takes place for the case to ban YouTube because the child who watched this ends up being a mass murderer, they're gonna show this video in the Senate hearing as proof that people knew and should have taken action. You know, they're gonna be like, this guy Acheeto, he saw what was happening. He was ahead of his time and no one listened to him. And I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna walk there and I'm gonna say, none of you listened. You should have listened. I was telling you about this. Because I don't even, what is Sprunky? What even is Sprunky? What am I looking at? I don't know. What is this? None of this makes any sense. This guy has his eyeballs ripped out. They all look like they're high on crack and meth, which is the same stuff they're on, so maybe they relate to that to some extent. But this guy, I mean, what is he's bleeding? His eyeballs are falling out. It's deeply disturbing stuff, and I have no desire to continue watching this. This is like if you walk up to me on the street and then you have a bag of poop, and then you're showing me the bag of poop, and then you're asking me to insult you for showing you the bag of poop. I'll say, maybe once I'll be like, yeah, you're insane. You have a bag of poop and you've showed me a bag of poop. But then you don't go away. You'll continue to ask me to roast you, but at a certain point, I have no more words to describe the level of disgust that I've experienced, and by continuing continuing to say the same thing over and over again, I have deflated the value of each time I've said it's disgusting. All I'm gonna leave you guys with is the simple fact that I would pretty safely say that this is a threat to democracy. It's a threat to our way of life. And I would also say like and subscribe. Okay, bye.